You have to start treating everything like a job. And there's two ways you go about a job. I believe with the same mentality as a kid and the mentality of a man. Now, these two differences are very crucial on your outcome in life and the way you're going to go about your new job. Now, your job, aka your life, can be very different from everyone else's. I know with myself, I have YouTube, school, and all these other social obligations and things I go about doing. But the big crucial that separates an adult and a child is the way they go about it. So one of the major things is having a level of professionalism. Today I was at a job where I was doing some landscaping, and I really just wanted to half-ass that thing. I thought, what if I just complain a whole bunch, do a shitty job, and get my paycheck? But that's not who I am. I don't want to be one of those people. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to do the best job that I can do, and it's going to reflect the level of personality I have. If I were to do a shitty job, scam the guy out of money, and leave, I would be a half-assed guy. For the homework I had to do this morning, I could have just continued to go on my phone and distract myself over and over again. Do a paragraph, scroll for 20 minutes. Do another paragraph, scroll for 30 minutes. Complain, slow down. Or I could treat it like a job and know I can't go on my phone. That I need to give it my undivided attention until it's my time for my break. And that's the main premise of this idea. Is what's the level of professionalism that you're putting it into? Another example is the gym. It's very easy to just clock in and clock out. Except the gym isn't really your standard part-time job where it doesn't really matter if you're in there high or slacking off or doing whatever. But it does. This isn't just that. This is a job that rewards you by the amount of effort you do and you put into it. It's more of like contracting. You learn more, you find a trade, a skill, and you contract yourself to get it done at the appropriate time, doing the best that you can. You're pressured to go in there and do a good job. It's not just, all right, I'm going to go in there with no clue, move some weights, stimulate some muscles, and pretend that I made it somewhere. That's amateur shit. For the first year or two in the gym, that's kind of all you can expect is amateur hour. But when I've been in there for 4 hours, which really separates, and I have to constantly remind myself of whether I am going about it with integrity or if I'm just going there to move the muscle. I went to the lat pull down machine and I said, you know what? It is kind of uncomfortable. This kind of hurts. But then I said, fuck it. What if I move the weight to something a little heavy? Something a little bit more than I think I can do. I muster all my strength and keep that mentality through the gym. And it's tiring and it sucks. But that's what separates the men and the boys, is how much you're willing to put into it. And this reflects in every avenue of life. I always think of my father, God bless him, is ever since I was a kid, he would just do what needs to get done, never say anything about it. He would complain to us to remind us to go do it, like teaching us initiative, but he would go do it, go do something super grueling, hard, before anyone else would see it. And you'd get it done without saying a single word about it. And yet I know so many kids and young adults that go about their life just dragging their feet, complaining, slowing down, finding every moment to half-ass. And once you change your mentality of, instead of, I want to find the moments where I can kick my feet up, the moments where I can relax, the moments where I can scroll on my phone or complain, instead you say, what if I just enjoy it? Or fuck it, it doesn't even matter if I enjoy it or not. I'm going to go do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to do the best I can without complaining and without letting it get to me. Just get it done and be finished. It's like hiking. I would hike with my said father. And I remember there's one where we're going to these giant mountains. It's like 8 miles out. and I'm leading, I'm doing the pace, and I'm kind of starting to get in that mentality where it's like, fuck, I just want to sit down, I just want to relax. And then boom, what if I just keep pushing on? It hurts. I don't know how far I have to go. It's been miles upon miles. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. My feet are aching. Left, right, my back, my neck, my shoulders hurt. I got a heavy ass backpack. Left, right, left, right. Let's just get it done, no matter what. And that's the appropriate mentality. There's so many lost entrepreneurs, lost gym bros, lost men with confidence because they changed their mentality to find the easiest, most relaxing way. You almost dumb yourself down and just say what needs to get done. And you look at everything that doesn't progress you in life as a idiot, as something that drags you down. Like when you start being self-aware of your time, the self-aware of your adult, you have school, you have a job, you have passions, you have hobbies. When it's time to clean your room, you could be the little kid and procrastinate. You pick up 3 pieces of clothes, you scroll on your phone. Or what happened if you just save time by instead of wasting the 40 minutes just dicking around, but you clean your room in 25 minutes. And then you go to bed earlier because you're not wasting a fucking hour doing a 20-minute job. That's the difference of men versus child mentality. And it's the confidence, baby. It's a certain level of confidence that you have when you start to realize there is no playing around. Yes, you can have moments where you kick your feet up and you enjoy yourself, but the worst friend that you will have once you're a man is the one that wastes time. Not that you have to be super serious, but you realize their cowardness and they're wasting time. And you think, all right, I am a man. I need to spend my time, very important, and I can't deal with anything like that. Let me see if I can fix these blinds. So it's a very different thing. So I would honestly look to some very important adults, because the actual steps is realizing the severity, meaning the seriousness of life. And there's no reason to be a coward. There's no reason to dick around the subject. Just go out and do the task. And you can watch so many self-help videos over and over and over again, ones that aren't actually teaching you anything. And you already kind of know the tips and tricks. You can have a client that comes up to you. Let's say you're a coach, and you know all the fancy words to get people in the gym, to play around this subject. But if you are a teacher, you really know the one thing that's going to do it for them. If they need to get into the gym, I wonder what they could do. They could go get a gym membership and literally go into the gym. It blows your mind, but that breaks it down. 90% of self-improvement is just doing the damn thing. Maybe you don't have the steps, maybe you don't have the ideas, but the biggest thing is just going out and doing it. And that's something I really struggled with, is having to mature really, really quick, and then going back into high school, going back around these kids, and realizing a lot of men around me just want to enjoy themselves. All right, that's you. And I'm not saying you can't enjoy yourself or anything like that. I just want to let you know a little mindset switch that really helps myself and makes me feel better. And that's the biggest thing, is it improves my life and makes me feel well. And I believe it can improve yours when you change the way you act and behave by just saying, you know what? I've had enough of distractions, of not getting anything done. I'm just going to go out and do it. No complaints. Shutting my mouth, turning off the bad ideas, and just getting it done and being forward with it. And that's the biggest thing. So I hope this video helps and makes you realize that there's just a lot of poking and jumping around the subjects of life. But those that are very serious about it will get it done
and fly towards a straight arrow or a straight path towards their victory, towards the things that they want. Go become professionals in your life, and don't be that part-time stoner that clocks into the fucking job and gets nothing done. If you don't know me, I'm Maxwell. I help teach young men self-improvement. I appreciate it if you like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.